Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, December 16th, and I am in the beginning of a book, a Christmas horror book, which is called Krampus, the Yule Lord, and I am 12% into that, and that is all that I'm like in the middle of. So I definitely want to finish this book. Honestly, I want to finish it tomorrow because I'm still gonna read tonight quite a bit, hopefully, and I do want to finish it tomorrow. It's only like I think 350 pages, so that should be doable. And then I want to read 2 more Christmas horror books this week, which are The Visitor, which is very short. I think it's like 60 pages. And then the other is called Snow, I think, which is a little longer. I think 200 and something. But, everything's pretty short, so that should be very doable. And then, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. Maybe like a fantasy book, possibly. Because, I do read fantasy every time of the year, like every month, every week probably. But it sounds like, wintry. And winter does start this week. So, yeah, I definitely wanna. Not definitely, because I have plans on the weekend and on Wednesday. So I'm not gonna say definitely because I don't really know how much I'm gonna be actually able to read, but I would love to also start a fantasy book. And yeah, on Wednesday I have the Christmas dinner of like the people from my lab. So yeah, that's happening and I'm definitely excited for that. And then on Friday, my bestie is gonna come over and we're gonna hang out and we're gonna continue our rewatch of The Winx because we are children. And for her, it's a rewatch. For me, the part that we're at, it's a watch for the first time because I never got this far, which is season 4. We're at the end of season 4. I never got this far while I was a kid. So for me, I'm just watching The Winx for the first time as a 25-year-old because why not? So yeah, we're gonna watch The Winx, but we're also gonna go to the movies, actually. We are gonna watch Craven, which also very excited for. And yeah, we're gonna do that on Friday. And then she's gonna come here, we're gonna have dinner, we're gonna watch The Winx, we're gonna sleep. And then on the next day, we're gonna have lunch and we're gonna watch the more Winx, because that sounds super fun. So yeah, those are my plans, because I am gonna stay here this weekend because I work on Monday, which is the 23rd, and then I'm just gonna go home like on Monday night, home to like my parents' house. So like it doesn't make sense for me to go home on the weekend and then come back just to be here Monday, So yeah, I'm gonna stay here, which is why I'm gonna be hanging out with my friend. And yeah, those are my plans. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say other than I will probably be reaching my reading goal this week because I have 3 books left and just the Christmas horror books should finish that goal because there are 3 that I want to read. So yeah, I should definitely, almost surely reach my reading goal this week, which I'm very excited for because there was a time there over a month, I think, that I was like pretty behind, like quite a few books behind, and I was like stressing out that I would not be able to reach my reading goal. And is it really something that should be, stressing me out? Not really. Was I stressed out nonetheless? Absolutely, because I don't like failing. I was gonna say I don't like failing at challenges, but I don't like failing, period. So yeah, I wouldn't want to fail, but I also didn't want to like lower the goal because that also felt like failure to me, which is stupid, I know. But yeah, I'm very glad that I'm gonna reach my original goal, which is 100 books. So yeah, that's everything I think that I had to say for this intro, and welcome to the vlog. Hello, it is Thursday and I have reading updates. I finished three books. Yeah, I've read two books and finished the book that I was reading. So, yeah, I do have reading updates, but I guess before we get to the reading updates, yesterday was my dinner, like from the people from my lab, and like people figuring out who their secret Santa was so funny, especially because like some people were really sure it was someone and like it wasn't. So those were especially funny. And yeah, I had a good time, but I got home like so tired because not only was I, socializing at work, I was also socializing after work. And I am not a social person. So I was drained. I was so tired. Like, I just got home and went to bed. I didn't like fall asleep immediately because I can't fall asleep like before 2 a.m. But I did go to bed because I was exhausted. Like the thought of me being vertical or even like sitting up was not a thing that I could handle at that point. So I just went to bed because I was exhausted. But yeah, it was fun nonetheless. And I think that's the only like event that happened during this week. Other than that, I just worked and came home and did nothing, like read and watched YouTube, I guess. And so, speaking of reading, so I finished Krampus, and I don't think I talked about it at all in this vlog. So, that was following, you guessed it, Krampus. And actually, we're following also a human called Jesse, and he was struggling. Like, his wife had left him because he was not, a reliable person, but he wanted to get her back and to get their kid back as well. And he was also struggling like financially, and he was also involved with some shady people. And he finds, like, one day he finds Santa Claus's sack, bag, whatever, the thing that he gets like his presents out of. And he realizes that if he like gets his hand in the bag, he can take out whatever he wants. And so what he takes out is actually like the gift that his daughter like really, really wanted for Christmas. And then we also, like I said, follow Krampus. And Krampus like wants to get revenge on Santa Claus and to just like get him and to also get like the bag because apparently it used to belong to him or like his family, I guess. And Santa Claus apparently like took it and started using it for his own purpose. And so Krampus wants it back and wants to get Santa Claus. And we also learn like the backstory of the two of them and how they're like connected and why Krampus like hates Santa Claus. And it was okay, it was fine, and like I really thought that I would love this book way more than I did. And I did like the second half more than the first, like, definitely, but I didn't really love it. I think like the issue is that I never really connected to the characters. And so I never really like was that invested in the plot either or in like what was happening to them. So like it was just okay and I gave it 3 stars. But it did have some really great illustrations. It was really beautiful. But yeah, the plot itself wasn't really, gripping me. It was just okay. And then I read The Visitor, which was pretty short. I think it was around 100 pages. And I started it yesterday, but like I planned on reading the whole thing yesterday because it was, like I said, pretty short. But since I had the dinner, I was not able to finish the book. So I finished it today, like earlier today. And in this one, we're like following a character that was like driving, but there was like a snowstorm, and then he like crashes his car, and then he meets a guy who was also like on the same street, and they both go up to a diner that was like pretty close. And when they get to that diner, there's a couple more people there, including like the owner of the diner, and this was like Christmas Eve. And then like some creature, the visitor, appears and starts like attacking them and trying to kill them, and they are like running and they're being chased. And it's basically kind of a slasher, and you know, just the characters trying to survive. And again, I didn't care. I didn't connect to any of the characters. I didn't really care that much. Like, I don't remember the name of any of the characters, and I finished it today. So that says something. I only remember the name of the dog because that's the only character that I cared about. And yeah, it was fine. I didn't like hate it. It was okay, but also was not really that invested, that connected. And I think I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars. And then I read Snow, which was longer, and I read the whole thing today because I was invested in this one. And in this one, there's also a snowstorm, and there's also people like getting stranded. But in this case, it's in like an airport, like the flights are being canceled, and we start following Todd, and his flight was canceled, like I said, and he was trying to find a way to get to where he was going because he was gonna like be with his son for Christmas Eve, and it was already like Christmas Eve. So like he knows he's not gonna get there in time by driving, but he's hoping that like he will get there by Christmas Day. And then like another woman that was going on his flight like joins him in the car, and then they also are joined by like an older couple, and they're all like going on the same road trip, I guess, the same car in this to the same destination. But their car breaks down, I think, or something like that, and they find like a man who says that he's looking for his daughter, and then like he takes them to some place, and there's definitely like something wrong with him and his daughter. And then when they're like running, they find a town, but a lot of people in that town are just like that man and his daughter. They're like not really themselves anymore. And then when they find the people who are still, you know, themselves, they're still like fully human, they tell them that there's like something that came with the snow that like gets inside of people and kind of infects them and makes them act in that way, very violent. And so this is basically them trying to survive this. And I really enjoyed it. It was very fun in a gruesome way. And the more I read like survival apocalyptic stories, the more I realize that I love them. Like, I have so much fun reading these books. And yeah, in this case, like, I did care about the characters. I do remember their names, and I was invested. I was worried about what would happen to them. And yeah, I definitely really enjoyed this one much more than the other two. And I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. And yeah, that's it. That is what I've read. And yeah, I'm definitely happy with this last one. And I'm actually only gonna read another Christmas horror book, which is honestly like a Christmas horror story. I think it's like 15 pages. It's called The Ritual, a holiday folk horror story. Yeah. My ebook is 17 pages. So yeah, pretty short. I am gonna read that tomorrow, and that is gonna be the last of my books for like the video that I'm filming for that. And then in the afternoon after work, I am meeting my bestie, and we are gonna go to the movies to watch Craven. I think I already said this. And then we are gonna come here and have dinner and watch the Winx and just hang out, which I am very excited about. And yeah, I think that is all that I had to update. At least I did not remember anything else, but we know that my memory is absolutely terrible. So I might very possibly be forgetting something that I wanted to say. And just like every week, if I do remember it at some point, I will try to say it in another update if I don't forget it again, which is also very likely to happen. But yeah, I think that was it, because at least I don't think anything else that interesting happened in my week, because the only like things that I have going on, or like that I had going on, were the dinner yesterday and then my hangout with my bestie tomorrow / Saturday. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited for that, and I will read The Ritual and then probably something else, not a Christmas horror book anymore, just something else, and I just don't know what yet. But yeah, that's it, and I will talk to you probably on Sunday, because I think that is when I'm gonna film my intro and outro for the Christmas horror books video, because I don't think like I will have time on Saturday, time like with daylight existing, because you know it gets dark at like 5, so I don't think I will have time like after my friend leaves to film. So yeah, I will most likely talk to you on Sunday. Hello, it is Sunday. I've obviously been filming my Christmas video, and honestly, like from this part, like you can tell it's a Christmas sweater, but not that much, because like the Christmas lights are down here. So yeah, also I don't know why this is like so massive on me. My hands are just like disappearing in these sleeves, and I don't remember it being like this big when I tried it on to buy it, but I mean clearly it is. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening, but I honestly don't remember what I have finished or like where I was with reading when I last talked to you. I think I had already finished Snow, right? If I hadn't, well, I did finish it and I really liked it and I gave it 4 stars, but I'm pretty sure that I had already talked about it and finished it. And then I read The Ritual, which was like extremely short. It was 17 pages. And in that one, we were like following people in a town that where like they knew that they had to perform a ritual if there was like a gigantic bell on like Christmas Day, like appeared, like it just appeared in their town. And if there was a bell, they would have to perform a sacrificial ritual. And this year there was that bell, and so they had to perform the ritual, and we saw like how the ritual worked and kind of like what the ritual was for. And like I said, it was pretty short, but it was pretty creepy and scary and gory. And I also really liked the ending because it made it like kind of even creepier. So yeah, I had fun with that one and I gave it 4 stars. And then I read Piranesi, and this book was very confusing, especially like in the first half. Like in the beginning of the second half, I started understanding what was happening, but the first half was extremely confusing. We were following our main character, who was, I mean, he wasn't called Piranesi, but like someone else called him Piranesi, and we didn't really know his... Sorry, like the biggest seagull just flew like right outside my window, and that kind of scared me. Anyway, he was called Piranesi by someone who was there with him in the same house. He called it a house, but he also said like the house was the world, and that house, like it had like hundreds and hundreds of rooms, and it had like a labyrinth, and it had like oceans, seas, tides. It was kind of a world, but he also called it a house, and he lived there with that other person that we also didn't know like his name. He just called it the other. And he said that like in the world there were 15 people, and out of those 15, 13 were dead, and the other 2 were Piranesi and the other. But he then finds like evidence of a 16th person, and the other tells him that that 16th person is like dangerous and it's gonna be looking for them, and that he should like not interact with that person, and he should just go back to him and warn him that there is that person there because it is dangerous and it's going to like hurt him. But things are not really as they seem, and we start then learning like about the house and about Piranesi and the other and the 16th person. And like Piranesi is incredibly trusting, like too trusting, because it's obvious like from the beginning, I think it's obvious that the other is lying, but Piranesi is just incredibly trusting and just believes him. But yeah, in the second half we start learning about what was happening, who Piranesi like really is, and who the other really is, and how they are where they are. And I really liked it, and like I was intrigued the whole time, and that's like why I really really wanted to keep reading. And I thought like the reveal was pretty cool, and yeah, I definitely had a lot of fun. And I'm debating between giving it 4.5 stars. For now I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. If I continue like thinking about it for a long time, I will probably give it 4.5, but for now I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars. And that is what I've read since I last talked to you. And I did hang out with my bestie. We went to watch Craven, which was pretty fun, and then we came here and watched The Winx, which was a time. We finished season 4 and then we watched the movie that was at the end of season 4, and I was like, I'm going to fall asleep during this movie, and I did fall asleep during the movie. I watched like half of it. I watched the beginning and I watched the end. I fell asleep like in the middle at some point, but honestly I don't think I missed out on much. But yeah, and then we started season 5 on the next day, so like yesterday we started season 5, and season 5 seems probably more interesting than season 4 because season 4 was on Earth and I didn't like it. We're over halfway through, because halfway through was like at the end of season 4, and we're I think 5 episodes into season 5, so we are over halfway through, which I am very excited about. And I mean, I'm not excited about the fact that like the look of the cartoons is gonna change, and like the design, they're gonna look so young. In the last season they're gonna supposedly be like, I don't know, 20 years old, and they're gonna look like they are 12. So that's gonna be weird. But yeah, I am excited. And like this, I think my friend had watched in season 4, so like now it's new for both of us. So how exciting to be watching The Winx at 25/26 years old, right? So fun. And also she got me some gifts, which I am obsessed with. First of all, she got me a bookmark that is a bloody knife. So I love that. Like, look how fun. Love that. Then she also got me this, which is to like put my hair up with. And actually, when I did put my hair up when she gave it to me, and she took a photo, which I will insert here. And actually, I didn't know I was able to do that, because I used to be able to put my hair up with like pencils and pens when it was longer, but I didn't know I was gonna be able to do it with like this length. But apparently I am, and I'm like, I would love to take this to work, but also I feel like I should not take this to work. Like for the cell culture, I need to have my hair up, and also at the biobank. So I totally want to take this to work, but also maybe I shouldn't take a tiny sword to work, you know? And she also gave me earrings that like match the hair thing, because they're also like swords. Look. And she also gave me like it's like a decision coin, I guess. And it has like a yes on one side and the no on the other, and the no is gorgeous. So yeah, I love everything. I am absolutely obsessed. And yeah, that's what's been happening. That's what's been going on. And today is the 22nd of December, and I still need to go do some Christmas shopping, which like I really don't want to get out of the house, but I've been procrastinating forever, so I need to go do it because it's almost Christmas. And I think I'm probably gonna start a thriller, like the next Robert Hunter thriller, which I think is called The Caller. I think that is gonna be the next book that I start. I might start like listening to the audiobook while I'm gonna do my Christmas shopping. Maybe I'll just listen to music. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'll decide whenever I do that. And yeah, before I do leave, I need to go edit my Christmas video because I want to have it uploaded today. So yeah, I am gonna do all of the things and I will talk to you tomorrow to wrap up this vlog. Hello, it is Monday. I am here to wrap up the vlog. I'm already at home, my hometown, because it's like midnight or something. And I'm just here to wrap up the vlog. I did read The Color. I mean, I didn't finish it. I got 68% in, which honestly is more than I expected. And actually, I didn't read any of it while I was at the mall because there were so many people there. It was like such like a mess, like so crowded, and I was like overwhelmed, overstimulated. I could not be like listening to like a book. Like if I was listening to this audiobook, I wouldn't have gotten anything because I was just not feeling great in the middle of so many people. But I did get the things that I needed to get, and then I got home, and while I was cleaning my house, I did start listening to The Color on audiobook, and then I continue reading it after. And yeah, I got to 68%. This is the, I think, 8th book in the Robert Hunter series, which is a mystery thriller, and we're following Robert Hunter, who is a homicide detective. And in this book, like people, I mean, there's like a first person that gets a call, like a video call from her best friend, and in the video call, like her best friend is actually like tied up, and there is like someone behind the camera, like she doesn't see who it is, and it has like a distorted voice, so she also doesn't know like what they actually sound like. And they tell like the person that they called that they're gonna ask like two very simple questions, and if she answers the two questions, they'll let her friend go. And the first question is, very simple, and she easily answers very fast. And then the next question like could be considered simple, but she doesn't know the answer to, and so that person kills her friend and makes her watch. And this has already happened to other people. Like people get video calls from either a friend or like a spouse or something, and in that call, like the person that's supposedly called is tied up, and there is someone there who says that they're going to ask two questions, and if they answer the two questions correctly, they'll let the person go, and if not, they'll kill the person. And yeah, this has happened to 3 people by now, and I'm really liking it. It's, as usual, very gory, very descriptive, and I mean, that's what I want from these books. That's what I expect from them, and yeah, I'm liking it. I'm very intrigued to see like who this person is and like why they're doing it, because so far I have absolutely no idea. I mean, it's not like I'm actively trying to find out, but nothing has suddenly come to me. So yeah, so far I have no clue who this person is, but I'm very curious. And there's like someone new in Hunter's life who I hope has nothing to do with the case, but you never know. Like that has happened before, like someone that gets close to Hunter and is actually, involved in everything that's happening. So I hope this is not the case. And yeah, I'm liking it. I'm having a good time. I do plan on finishing it tonight. And yeah, that is everything that I have read and that I have done since I last talked to you. I mean, I did go to work today, obviously. I was at the biobank, which sucked. I mean, the afternoon was okay because we didn't have many samples, but in the morning sucked. But yeah, now I'm here and I have a week and 2 days to relax, not work, which I'm very excited about. I obviously forgot to bring the paper where I where I write down. What the fuck am I saying? I am very tired. Where I write down how many pages I read. Obviously, I forgot to bring it. So give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm back. So I read quite a lot of books, but a lot of them were like pretty short. So, I mean, I still read quite a few pages, quite a lot of pages, but a very big number of books. So I finished Krampus, I read The Visitor, Snow, The Ritual, Piranesi, and I started The Color, and that was 1,319 pages. So like, yes, definitely still a lot of pages, but like a lot of books. But yeah, I'm very happy with what I've read, and I'm also very happy that this week I reached my reading goal. Very, very excited about that. And yeah, that's it for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!